Many people aspire to achieve financial independence. Consider yourself in a financial position where you don't have to work unless you want to. Imagine never having to worry about money, having the option of quitting your job without repercussions, or even retiring earlier than expected and spending your time doing what you love. You see, achieving financial freedom means that, for the first time in your life, you can freely pursue your passions without worrying about money because you have enough money to cover your expenses comfortably. The truth is that when it comes to financial independence, it rarely and usually does not happen overnight, and there are steps to take in order to achieve it, which is what I'll be discussing in this online business key video. But first, I'd like to ask you a question. How far along are you on your path to financial independence? Knowing where you stand can make deciding where to direct your ambitions much easier. The stages I'll be discussing are shown on the screen. But first, please give this video a thumbs up as it really helps the channel out. Also, if you subscribe, don't forget to leave a comment and me or one of the team will reach out to say thanks. Without further ado, let's begin. Starting with the first, of course. Financial dependence. If you now make less money than you spend or have no income at all, you should consider yourself to be in the dependent stage. You are dependent if you still depend on your parents or any other source of financial support from a third party, such as an uncle, relative, or friend. Almost everyone, including you and I, has depended on someone at some point. This stage on our list typically includes people who are still living with their parents, usually students, or a bachelor or bachelorette who is struggling to make ends meet. If you do not plan wisely, for example, in retirement, you may find yourself completely financially dependent. This time, however, you will most likely rely on your children rather than your parents. You will leave this stage once you have a stable job or source of income. The second stage is financial solvency. Solvency is the survival stage, and it occurs when your earnings exceed your expenses. You are capable of meeting your financial obligations at this point, such as paying bills and having some but not much left over. However, you are still vulnerable to any unforeseen events at this stage. It means that, despite having a firm grasp on your financial obligations, you lack financial stability. To withstand a financial shock, such as a large car repair or a large medical bill, set aside a buffer. You're still fighting to survive at this point, but you can handle the necessities on your own. If you're a student, finding a job that will enable you to earn enough money to support yourself without depending on your parents is the first step toward financial stability. Reaching this stage may require finding a higher paying job, finding a way to increase your income, or even cutting back on your spending if you are making money but still having financial difficulties. As a result, you achieve financial solvency as you recover control over your finances. You might have acquired a full-time job to get here. Or maybe you found a better paying job to support your way of life. The majority of the time, the transition from dependency to solvency entails reducing perks or extravagances. It is always important to recognize your accomplishments, regardless of how you arrived at this point. The following stage is financial stability. This stage is distinguished by your ability to save money on a monthly basis. The financial stability stage entails establishing a foundation of savings that can help you in the event of an unexpected emergency or a change in life circumstances. You can begin saving here once you can comfortably meet your financial obligations on a consistent basis, pay off any debts, and cut costs. It's normal to have a few debts at this point. You may still be paying off your mortgage or student loan, but you've paid off the majority of your consumer debt and have no need to incur any additional debt. The extra money can be used in an emergency or as a financial reserve. After all, you remain financially vulnerable to any unforeseen event. Maybe a car that breaks down, unemployment, or a severe illness. To be financially stable, you will need to have a financial buffer that can withstand these shocks without significant impact on your lifestyle. For example, savings that can cover 6 months of your monthly living expenses. You want to attain this stage because you want peace of mind. In this stage, you should no longer see money as a safety net, but as a tool that you can use to build the life you have always dreamed of. Now to the next stage. Debt freedom. In this stage, you've established enough stability in your expenses and managed to start setting money aside for an emergency fund. Since you've paid off the majority of your consumer debts, the next step is to begin paying off high-interest debts. Even settling one high-interest loan can mean one less thing to worry about and more money in your savings. This means you're working to pay off any investment debt, student loan, or car or house mortgage. If you get it right at this stage, you should have enough money and resources to not only survive but also thrive. You don't have to live hand-to-mouth anymore. You have cash reserves that can be used in an emergency, and you are almost debt-free. This is when the value of money becomes more than just a safety net and becomes a tool to assist you in creating a much better, more comfortable life. Furthermore, you can begin putting your money to work for you by investing it. The following stage is financial stability. Financial security entails having enough financial assets to cover your expenses, emergencies, and retirement without having to worry about running out. Furthermore, financially secure individuals typically do not have consumer debt and can consistently save money for future needs while meeting all of their monthly financial obligations. At this point, you should begin to build a solid investment pool that exceeds your expenses. To achieve financial security, you must begin holding on to money, paying off high-interest debt, and strategically saving money for various goals. For example, an emergency or rainy day fund, retirement, investment, and items you desire. To accelerate your progress, it is beneficial to focus not only on ways to save money, but also on ways to earn more, such as pursuing a higher-paying career or developing a side business. The goal of Stage 1, financial dependence, was to learn how to live within your means and pay off your debts. Your objectives have shifted now that you've accomplished it. During the thriving stages, your income detaches from your lifestyle, which means that your lifestyle can be supported by your investments rather than your paycheck. You have reached the financial security stage when you can pay your basic expenses with your investment income. Let's move on to the next stage. Financial reliability. This stage is primarily concerned with recognizing the significance of a solid investment. If you put money aside on a regular basis between stages 2 and 4, you will have invested in solid assets that can provide short, medium, or long-term returns. As a result, you should be able to reap the rewards of your investments. You have reached this stage if your investment income is sufficient to cover your basic living expenses. However, this does not mean you can now quit your job. It would be preferable if you continued to work in order to cover your expenses. The following stage is financial freedom. At this point, your investment income should be sufficient to cover your necessary costs as well as any extraneous expenses for the rest of your life. You might even be ready to quit your job and do the things you've always wanted to do without worrying about money now or in the future. This stage is sometimes divided depending on whether your savings can partially fund your lifestyle or allow you to live more abundantly than you do now. Because everyone lives a different lifestyle, there is no specific or fixed figure that will tell you you have now achieved financial freedom. For most people, financial independence means that your basic needs and some comforts can be met by your investment income. At this point, your lifestyle and paycheck are nearly indistinguishable, and you could choose to stop working entirely. You can begin to consider goals other than your current lifestyle, such as something you'd like to buy or experiences you'd like to have. The most important thing is to define these goals and support them without relying on investment income. At this point, you are truly financially free and independent in every sense of the word. The final stage is financial abundance. This, believe it or not, is a financial stage, and it carries a relatively significant burden. Because your accumulated wealth exceeds your lifestyle requirements, you must now decide how to properly manage the surplus. At this point, you have enough money left over from your passive income to invest in other businesses, buy more properties, donate to charities, or even start your own. Financial abundance allows you to live the life you've always wanted without worrying about your income. At each stage of the financial independence process, it is critical to have trusted advisors who can assist you in developing the strategy for transitioning into the next financial stage of your life. While financial independence may appear to be a destination, it is actually a journey. It is necessary to be aware of where you are in this journey in order to employ the appropriate strategies. It's important to note that the destination is very personal, which is why you must set your own goals that define the ideal future you're aiming for. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and please leave your thoughts in the comments section below. That being said, have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next one.